Hello everyone, and welcome back to Omnicraft, Episode 2. My name is Jan, and today, quite honestly, we're going to be playing a little bit of catch-up. Let's get into it. So the first step is this zero-tick mushroom farm, designed by NavyNexus. I really enjoy building with the different mushroom blocks, and especially the stem block, but they're really hard to obtain, and I didn't want to just rip up the shopping district mushrooms. So what I've done is I've built this mushroom farm over here, and it's doing pretty well so far. So at some point soon I'll set something up like these two for the two different mushroom types and get those going as well. So then over here we have a collection of netherwort, just starting to collect that so that I can create red nether bricks in the near future. I also, if you can see, this whole wool farm is now double-sided, meaning I have one of every color of sheep, so I can get all the different wools now. So if we pop down here, we can see that happening quite a lot already. Probably the biggest thing that's changed though in this area, if we come down here, I've actually completely overhauled this storage room, and there's not a lot of variation in block palette, but I just wanted to get something put together that looked semi-decent so that I could move on and do some other things. And some of those other things are actually in through this, but this area is actually quite a bit bigger now, and I'm turning this basically into a workshop, but clearly there's a lot still to be mined out and everything, so pardon that mess here. But if we look on the walls, I now have access to a majority of the terracottas. I'm working really hard to get a second story, or like a part of a second story on my villager trading hall so that I can get more stonemasons, specifically for access to the terracotta blocks, and it's going pretty well. I want to have this area as a space to create build palettes and to test things out before going and building builds, and I figured having access to all of the blocks would actually be cool. I'm eventually going to have the different gradients on this wall and a few other things like helpful tools, but these different little displays are meant to help me figure out what blocks to use. So over here we just have all the terracottas, then we have all the wools from up above, then we have all the glazed terracottas, then if we come over here, we have all of the concrete powders and all of the concretes. Eventually the colored glasses are going to go in there, but I want to have sea lanterns go in the back here, and we don't have a guardian farm on the server yet, so I'm trying to figure out what to do about that. So one more thing to talk about back down in this area, if we come over here, I've actually finished working on my end chest, and I've got it to the point where I usually have it in a season. So I have set shulker boxes in here for most blocks in the game, and it's really unlocked a lot of things for me build-wise. I want to show a few of those things in a second, but you may have noticed in my inventory this lovely item, the elytra. I made a trip out to an end city quite early on in the season, and well, let's just say that an enderman and I had a disagreement, and I lost that elytra. So I made a quick trip out to the end the other day, as you're seeing now with my lovely pumpkin head. Went out and got the elytra, and man, does it feel amazing. Not only has the ender chest unlocked a lot, but having the elytra has just been amazing for me in a number of ways. So the long-term thought with this room is to really dig it down and open it up a bit. I want to have that whole side kind of like this side, but all with maps of different like times during the server. So if we come over here, these are the maps that I took at the beginning of the season of the shopping district and of my home area. So as things expand, I want to have different displays over here of the different times throughout the season. So that's kind of the thought for this room. And then, as I mentioned, I want to dig down And the reason for that is so that I can create a large auto sort system underneath this storage system that I have currently. So up above, you saw a number of farms. I've basically decided to turn this area into my industrial district as opposed to my actual base. I was feeling really limited by the fact that I have the trading hall out here and just this general location. It really didn't feel like the coastline fit with what my mega base is going to be this season, and I just was really struggling to feel creative in this space. So the next thing to talk about is actually in the nether, through my nether portal. The nether tunnels are pretty close to being complete. This is my little area right here, and this is Omni, Abby, and my main tunnel design. So Omni and I went into a creative world and came up with this design a couple weeks ago at this point. And one huge benefit of this design is that it's fully mob proofed. So all of the buttons and all of the stairs make it so that not a single mob can actually spawn in here, which is good because we're in a spot where gas spawn a lot. But anyways, the thought is everybody kind of has a little swath of their own that spills over into the main tunnel to designate where you need to stop in your ice boat. So there's my tunnel there. This eventually is going to be for the flower farm, but then this is our end portal, and then this one is our ice biome. So just some communal areas, and obviously I still need to finish the tunnels out to the portals, but just wanted to get this all set up and spawn proofed because we were getting wrecked. And then this is Abby and Omni's side tunnel. So that's all that stuff. And then actually an insane amount of stuff has happened since I last updated in this area. Omni will do a more in-depth showcase of the... Oh. Hey. This is crazy. Wow. Okay, so maybe let's try that again. I was kind of awe-struck because it had changed even since the last time I had seen it, which was about 3 hours ago. So this has changed immensely since you've last seen it. At the last point I left it in a video, this entire area was netherrack with a pretty large lava lake above it. So at one point, Thunder and Omni decided to completely clear the layer of netherrack in between these two portals, kind of creating a nice little square, which then turned into this awesome dance floor, which Omni made an awesome redstone system with that created an actual legit dance floor, complete with a jukebox that we can play all the different discs on. So we've had a bunch of different fun times, fun nights with different groups of people from the server playing on this, and it's really been a central hub of activity and fun for the server so far. So that's been really cool. But until about a week ago, all of the walls were just completely netherrack. Omni has really taken it to another level with this design, with all of these different with each passing day, it seems Omni continues to grow the vision, and I'm all about it. I think this looks great so far. So we actually, Thunder, Omni, and I had to completely clear a lava lake that was directly above it, this entire area. So if I come in here, you'll see an entire network of things to try and keep ourselves alive. So this actually all started yesterday or the day before, and we got it all done. I was shocked. But we built this out here, a tunnel, and then All of this in here used to be lava. And now it's been completely emptied and rebuilt with this awesome new design by Omni. He's actually gone above what we cleared out and is using the free space above the lava lake to continue the build. If you look up, the roof isn't for quite a while, so we have quite a bit of headspace to build in this area, which is quite exciting. Back down inside the growing cathedral though, Thunder and I recently went bastion hunting, so I'll put some clips of that right now as I'm talking, looking for pig step. So we as a server were really hoping that we could get some piglins trapped in the Dancefloor area and then use them as a piglin bartering farm, but at the same time have them dance to pig step when we play it in the jukebox. So unfortunately we were unsuccessful, and I actually went to 2 more bastions after that journey and I came up short too. So we're still gonna have to keep looking for that, but it was a fun time nonetheless. So one other thing to talk about in this area, actually, if we go through this portal over here, I just wanted to give an update on the shopping district and what's happened in this area. So progress after about 6 weeks on the server here, we have a few more shops that have popped up, and I'll break them down right now. So this cute little one over here is Motion's new shop. You might have seen it from the wide angle shot, but this is a honey shop by Motion. Yeah, it really is just kind of shockingly impressive. So over here we have Seto's Metalworks right behind this golem, which is a really great rendition of a golem, if I must say. There's gold and iron being sold, which actually are both currently sold out. If we come this way, we have Squirrel's awesome log shop. I've bought quite a bit from here already, and it's been great to have a log shop on the server, and there's a lot of stock. Check that out. So that's been awesome to have, and I've used it quite a bit. We also have Josie's shop over here. It's kind of like trading goods for goods. And there's also another shop like that over here by Steak called Burning Tire. So this is by Steak and Bacon and was exchanging a few different things for iron. Not much has changed over here with the Emporium. I'm working on floor 3, but really was kind of lacking inspiration and wasn't happy with what I was coming away with. So I am kind of putting that on hold for now, but I have made a few sales up here, so let's take a look at that now. Whoa! And we came away with 11 diamond blocks. Crazy. So to end this video, I wanted to come out to a bit of a new area. I mentioned in the beginning of the video that the place where I've been building my starter base is just that. It's not going to be my long-term base. It's going to be turned into an industrial district with a number of farms, and I'm going to come somewhere else for my new mega base, which I actually haven't talked about until this point. What I want to do is I want to create a beach resort. So lazy river and all sorts of different things. This is the area that I've chosen. It's basically just a straight line from my old base out to here, and it's a lot better location. So I'll put up a drawing right now of the entire area as I'm planning it. Please forgive the horrible handwriting and lack of artistic ability, but you get the general idea. There's going to be a lazy river surrounding the whole thing, which actually is ironically pretty much already established with the landscape, a big reason why I chose this location. But in the bottom right hand corner, you can see a hot tub slash jacuzzi that's eventually going to go in, and it's going to be amidst kind of like a lava rock and cliffside feel. So it's going to feel protected and cool and have a nice atmosphere back there. Then you'll come up a path that's all surrounded by water, either a koi pond or something else like that. And you'll come out onto a bar where we can have a bunch of different drinks and different things like that. The bar is going to be set up so that you can kind of, quote, swim up to it, and like it'll be a bar along the water side, and then the central circle in the big pond is going to be a restaurant and like maybe a stage for some musicians and different things like that. We'll also have the lazy river actually as a, quote, ride. So we'll have this bottom area here as an area to rent out boats and rent out all the different equipment and different things here. I mean, we have volleyball courts, we have basketball courts, and we have a large pool. So we have lots of pool toys and different things like that that can be rented. That little island in the bottom right hand corner is going to be something kind of like Tom Sawyer's Island, if you've ever been to Disneyland in California. A kind of adventure-y, fun little area with puzzles, and it'll just be a cool area to explore. Then along the bottom, you can see I want to have some docks and like a welcome area and then a spa. So all of that will be happening down there. In the bottom left-hand corner is the beginnings of another big project of mine, which is going to be a golf course. So that'll be the spot for tee off, and then the course will go from there. And then last but not least is my base, which is going to be in the top center, and it's all going to be kind of elevated on a bit of a cliffside. So part of the reason for that is because if you can kind of see it, there's going to be water slides and a water rapid set up there, so there needs to be some elevation. But I also wanted to have a really good lookout over everything that I built with the sunset for my build. But the idea is, in terms of atmosphere, it's going to be very chill, very nice, very tropical. So a lot of sand, a lot of bamboo, some palm trees, different things like that to really make it an atmospheric place to be. I also want to expand out. So I want to build the golf course, but then I also want to have a number of charter services and different things. So fishing and windsurfing and all that sort of stuff, scuba diving and all that. There'll be a dock with all that sort of stuff. And then off the right side will be the beginnings of more of a city. So there'll be a movie theater and maybe an amphitheater, and then some cruise ship docks and stuff that all the people can get to this place through. So maybe even an airport, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, because I've always wanted to do an airport. So that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciated the reception on the first video, and it's inspired me to go even bigger with this series. So thank you all again for watching. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.